Look at these other podcasts out here with a point. Doing interviews, trying to educate you, or change the world. No, we don't do that here. Here, we look around, see things, go places, do things, and round up the best so you can forget the rest. Here, we rank 'em up.
All right, hello and welcome to Rank 'em Up. I'm Craig, bringing you another edition of ranking things and ranking items and lists and ranking stuff, because that's what we do. We're here with three of my buddies. We got Lilo over here. How you doing?
Good, man. How you doing?
Good. We got Kiberto.
Hello.
And we got Don.
Hey.
I did that out of order this time. You guys were surprised.
No,
weren't
we're
you?
sitting in different...
I don't even know what to do with the rest of the show now.
It's all different. We're here ranking. We're ranking something appropriate for this week. We've got a big week. I know normally these aren't very topical for the day, but this one, we have the Broncos in the Super Bowl this week.
Yes.
It's going to be exciting.
Yes.
It's exciting. And hopefully, if you're listening to this before Sunday, you know, you're enjoying this. And hopefully, if you listen to this after Sunday, that you're enjoying a victory by the Broncos. That's what we're all hoping.
I don't know what I'm going to do. If we win, I'm not going to be in jail, but I'm going to do something. I'm going to get in trouble.
There will be things.
There will be.
With somebody.
Top 5 reasons why Don is in jail.
That's right.
The Broncos winning the Super Bowl is on there.
Definitely one of the... I mean...
And just alcohol.
Right.
I feel like
All the rest are different types of booze.
I've never been to jail because of alcohol. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Being detained is not in a jail. Being detained is separate. And there was no booking... there's no fingerprints. There's none of that.
I think they call that processing.
All right. Well, you've been there, so...
Maybe we all have.
Get off my
Who knows?
back. Wow. Get off my back on that, all right? Because of alcohol, thank you.
All right, so this week we are ranking...
Bad decisions, maybe. Alcohol.
All right.
No, wait, we all right.
Because, you know, a lot of people, they're watching the Super Bowl for the commercials. So today we are talking about TV commercials. Our favorite, the top 5 TV commercials. Don, how can they share
You
with
can
us
find us
their predictions for the game?
on the Twitter, and I'm really excited. I want
And the
all
commercial.
comer predictions. I've only seen one talking head give us any, credibility in this game, and he's on the 4-Letter Network. And he's a former quarterback that breaks down film, not John Gruden. But so I've only seen one person really come out and say the Broncos have a chance. But in my heart, I know I know they have a chance. And it's great. It's really great to have Kiberto back this week. Great. So find us on Twitter at Rank 'em Up. Go to Facebook. You can join our show page or entertainer page if that's what you want to call what we do here. YouTube has all the backlog of all of our shows. You can go find the whole entire catalog and listen to us. We really evolved since we started, and I believe this is we're in the mid-20s right now. So
24.
Yep, we're hitting our stride, and it's only going to get better. And I had some good ideas this week about things we're going to do in the coming year. I'm really excited, and that will unfold. So there's plans being made. We're not going to stop unless Kiberto quits. And you can also find us.
Why would it be me?
I don't know.
I mean, you're the only one that's missed one live.
Yeah, you're the only person that's missed one.
By the way,
man.
you guys think you guys are funny, huh?
A little bit.
I heard a little bit of the show, and I just
I'm great.
I can't.
I'm doing great.
I can't take Law and Order. I don't know how. I can't listen to Flags. I'm sorry, Chris.
But fighting games.
I know. Wow.
I really like that. I really like that. Yeah.
Get out of here.
What kind of television shows do you watch, Kiberto?
I haven't watched TV in a while, but I do remember commercials.
Well, send your list of the top 5 reasons why Berto was not on the show last week to at Rank 'em Up.
And then we'll reveal that next week.
Yeah, we'll give you the best ones.
Awesome.
Also, to find our podcast, it can come straight to you. You do not have to look for it, except for one time. And if you're listening to us, tell your friends. But it's easy, because if you go to the podcast link in iTunes, or if you have an Apple device, just go to podcasts, then you can share it with your friends.
I'm doing great.
And it'll be easy. Exactly.
That was not a recording.
Wow. That was live.
If you're a person that knows a lot about computers and uses an Android and isn't one of the sheep with the iPhones, like everybody, Although I didn't know that actually iPhone, they have a really small percentage of the market compared to Android devices. Did you know that, Lilo?
I did, in fact, know that.
Yeah, so that's crazy. I thought, first of all, everybody I know has an iPhone except for you and like one other person.
I think it's probably the price point.
Oh.
Yeah, it's the fact that Apple has one bit of hardware, the iPhone, and then Android has like thousands of bits of hardware plus one operating system. So, of course, it reaches more people that way. And yes, it is cheaper.
Well, that makes sense. But, and a lot of people get there, but if you have the Stitcher app, and that's for Android, and you can come right to your inbox, and it will be easy, and you can listen to Rank 'em Up. So,
All right,
thank you.
Caberto, since you missed last week, why don't you go ahead and start this thing?
Dun, dun.
Okay. Well, we're talking about TV commercials. And,
First of all, you didn't say great.
It's great.
Great. My turn.
I said,
Great.
I'm doing great. So,
Oh my gosh, it sounds exactly
Dang it.
like the recording.
That sounds just like you.
right? So this commercial was released in 1995.
No variation.
And it was one of the first animated commercials I saw, you know, with the big band music, mountains of chocolate chip cookies, and rivers of milk. It made my siblings and I beg my mom for cookies we never got. I'm talking about the Chips. I'm serious. The Chips Ahoy commercial.
You heard me at big band music.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
I liked
Do you remember that commercial?
Yes, I do.
So that's my number 5. I always remember that every time I walk down the aisles at the supermarket and see cookies. That's what comes to my mind.
I know you had a chip dealer at your school. Did you have a cookie dealer at your school too?
No, it was sugar. It was sugar. The packets of
that's
sugar
right.
for
The sugar.
cereal.
Oh man.
Yeah.
No cookie dealer.
So
No cookie
hardcore.
dealer. Yeah.
All right, good.
Thank
I
you.
want some cookies now. Thank you.
Yeah.
I know.
Sure.
Thanks, man. Really could go for some Chips Ahoy.
All right, my
You should have
number.
your kid, selling some of those sugar packets around. Like when you go to, other countries and you see like your kids try to
Nowadays,
sell
with
you
the
gum and
political
stuff.
correctness, it could be mistaken for something else. So I don't think I could do that.
Yeah, but if you have the label like equal or like raw natural sugar or whatever, you should be fine.
Yeah, if you just label it cocaine.
Right, exactly.
You might get more money.
Right.
Yeah. You just have to keep moving.
Yeah, exactly.
Muling out the child. That's what you should
You
do.
need a mobile storefront.
Pop-up stores everywhere.
You can run fast. I know.
All right, my number 5. This is more of a collection of commercials because I don't remember one specifically, but the collection of them all, it has the same theme. And that would be the Meow Mix commercials. And I don't have a cat. In fact, I don't even like cats. But
It's very memorable.
the song, man, the song gets in my head. Every time I see those commercials, it's the song. I will randomly sing that song.
What about bacon strips?
No, it doesn't have the same effect for me as Meow Mix.
Yeah, Meow Mix gets like deep in your brain.
Yeah.
Bacon strips.
I
Not
like
so much.
I like chicken. I like liver. Meow Mix, please deliver.
I got
Oh, jeez.
I don't know when. I don't know. Those things started I think it was in the 70s, but they're still going strong with that stupid song,
It works.
and it works.
I know.
If I had a cat,
Successful.
if I had a cat, I would get Meow Mix.
Right.
It's like the Cadbury cream eggs. They haven't made a new one since 1989, and now people that have widescreen, it's like in 4:3 letterbox.
Oh,
So
awesome.
it cuts off the edges, and you can't. And it's like,
They
can we can't get a new bunny rabbit and a
Right.
trick. We can't do that. We have to
Can't do
go
that?
for the one that's like 45 years old. Robin Leach is still alive, man. We can get an English guy to come in and do the voice. Although, whatever.
They could put that commercial side by side. Like you'd have
That's
that
true.
same commercial.
They
going.
really could.
Yeah.
They could pay twice for the same slot.
Not a bad idea.
Yeah.
Just saying, Cadbury. We can refresh. We can
Right.
refresh some stuff.
Right.
All right, my number 5 is Meow Mix. Lilo.
Okay.
It's gonna be stuck in my head forever now.
Meow Mix. Meow.
Thanks, Craig. Well, thankfully, my number 5 is not Meow Mix. But with this being Super Bowl week, I decided to narrow my scope a little bit for commercials, and I focused primarily on Super Bowl commercials because I'm one of the few that watch the Super Bowl for both the football and the commercials.
It's hard because you can't go to like a bathroom break, like in the third quarter when they finally
no
put the
way.
local the local time on. Then you can like maybe run away to the bathroom, but other than that, it's like a crapshoot. You don't know what you're gonna miss if you go to the bathroom. First quarter is out of the question. First quarter, you cannot go to the bathroom because those commercials are must watch. maybe second quarter, halftime.
Yeah, halftime's where it starts to get
Coldplay,
really iffy.
Coldplay, boom, out of there. I'm going. I don't care about that. But
It's the Deal and Doug one is when you can just go. You've already seen that one 100 times if you're in
Exactly.
Colorado.
that dude owns the Colorado Rockies, kind of. There you go.
Kind of thing, right? So my number 5, I think actually I don't even know when it aired, but it's 2 because they're tied together because they're both trying to sell you a car. The first one is the Matthew Broderick Honda commercial where he totally spoofs himself and Ferris Bueller's Day Off, except with a Honda and not his buddy's Ferrari. That commercial was awesome. The extended one is really funny because it's basically the entirety of Ferris Bueller's Day Off, just with a Honda. And then the other number 5 is the Bryant Gumbel and Katie Couric BMW commercial. That one's funny just because Bryant Gumbel and Katie Couric are making fun of themselves.
That
Yes.
one is funny. If that old clip of them on the Today Show, what is that? Is that an at sign? The
What
at
is it?
sign? Yeah.
I think it's an around. I think it means
Circle
around.
with an A inside.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
Yes. Allison, what is the internets?
Yeah.
Yes. I love that commercial. And then
It
Yeah.
just shows you that morning TV is still horrible. No matter, it's timeless.
it is timeless. It is
Timelessly
timelessly bad.
horrible.
Yeah.
There you go.
Exactly. So yeah, Matthew Broderick, Brian Gumbel, Katie Couric. They're solidly in my number 5 slot.
That brings up a great topic, Lilo, because have you ever seen the Family Guy episode, which stars Bryant Gumbel and his brother, Greg Gumbel? And they do a show on Family Guy in the Family Guy world called Gumbel to Gumbel.
Oh, that's awesome.
You never seen this?
Not seen that.
It was in the original episodes before they got canceled, and it's one of the better ones. Gumbel to Gumbel, and Peter tries to save it from being canceled. I highly recommend it, and that's all, every time I watch like Inside the NFL or see what's his face on the NFL games, and I'm like Gumbel to Gumbel, and I bet you they never get that, but I would say that if I saw them. Anyway.
That's awesome. They would understand.
Moving on, my number 5, it became a pop culture. People did this. They went to work the next day after, and some of mine are Super Bowl commercials because, that's where people spend the most money on advertising, the Super Bowl commercials.
Right.
Not just for the airtime, which I believe is a record $3.2 million per 30 seconds. So if you do a 60-second, that's $6.5 million. But they do, they go with the best PR firms and marketing firms to.
If you're spending that money, you want to have a good product.
Yeah, 'cause
Yeah,
you want it
exactly.
to be memorable. And the office guys that were standing around the water cooler yelling, "What's up?" to them, to "Waza," I think I was in either like 10th grade or 11th grade, and yeah, that was a lax bro in high school. So, we carried that on way too far. And then when I saw it on The Office, Michael Scott, Steve Carell did that. Just one. It was so funny, and even though that's awkward comedy, and it was probably more than 10 years old at that point, I crack up, and every time.
I think when I met you were still doing that.
No. How dare you? How dare you? I was way on to the dude train at that point, all right? I was on the dude bro train. I didn't do it anymore. All right. So I get Caberto with a guy dude bro. Hey, what's up, guy dude bro? Reference every day to Caberto. That's our morning salutation. So the what's
Nice.
up commercial. And yeah, that's my number 5, man. That's very memorable, and I promise not to do it unless I'm very intoxicated.
Give us one at least.
What's up, Caberto? I'll do that to Caberto next time. I wish Caberto would do that. That'd be funny.
I remember that commercial.
Yeah, there you go, Caberto. Well, you got to take it off the religious channel for 20 minutes
I
when you were a
haven't.
kid.
I haven't been able to even watch TV. I've been busy.
This is a good question for you, Berto.
Yes.
What was the last Super Bowl that you watched?
The last Super Bowl that I watched was probably the one I came over to your house and watched it with you and Gina, where we bought that. What was it? That beer sampler from what was it?
Wow, that was
Like, that was like 2 or 3 years ago.
no,
Gina.
No, that was longer.
Yeah.
No.
Wait, Gina talked to you then? No,
Yeah.
that had to be
Yeah.
way more than 2 years ago.
No.
Way more than 2 years ago.
This was a year after the year after that, or that same season, actually.
Yeah, Captain Jack Sparrow.
Wow. All right.
So
Captain Jack.
So it's been a while.
it has been a
You've
while.
missed some good commercials.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
All right.
Yes,
So
you have. Yes, you have.
I
You know,
have.
you missed your city that you live in going to a Super Bowl too.
Yeah.
Whatever.
But it's cool.
You know what? No.
I don't like your stupid throw ball, okay? I call
You
it
know
throw
what?
ball
No,
because
Throw ball.
you say it's football, but
You know
football
what?
is real
I
football.
did watch
is-
that game. I did watch that game against the Seahawks, and
We don't talk about that.
I ate
That game never
hot wings,
existed.
and that's what I did.
All right.
So I kind of saw glimpses of it. Anyway, my number
But
4.
you will be watching this Super Bowl, correct?
Yes, I will be watching the Super
All
Bowl.
right.
Go
all right.
Broncos.
All right. So my number 4.
What's that?
You know what? If we win, I will post a video of myself chugging a beer and yelling that in the streets to people
it is
if we
in-
win
it is
on the
in
Rank 'em Up.
print.
While,
On the Rank 'em Up.
while,
at
while
least
he's
Twitter.
being arrested.
At least Twitter.
Right. And
What's
not
up?
being detained, but
What's up,
actually
bro?
being.
Come on, man.
thrown in
Broncos won. You got to let me off today.
All right.
Can I just say this really quick? I'm sorry.
Yes.
I remember vividly. I was a kid when they won the Super Bowl last time, but I remember fireworks. But then I figured, why do people have fireworks in the middle of January? And I'm like, oh, some of them might have been gunshots.
There definitely were gunshots in my
I
neighborhood.
knew it.
Really?
See,
Definitely.
There's going to be more.
Yeah,
I
there
guarantee it.
Yep.
That's why we got to go buy blanks. But
Yeah.
no, but never mind.
Well, all right.
Said too much.
So my number 4 was released in 2010, and this was released by Adidas for the World Cup, and this is the Star Wars Cantina scene. And I don't know if you guys saw this one. It's
Yeah, that
pretty
was
funny.
cool.
Yeah, Snoop Dogg is in this. Daft Punk, David Beckham, and Snoop Dogg. He throws down with a lightsaber, and it's really funny. He uses.
How did I miss this one?
Yeah, he uses like gangster talk, and it's pretty funny.
How's that
but
David Beckham Stadium plan coming along in Miami, huh?
You burn bridges, but you should check it out. Star Wars Cantina scene, Adidas 2010, and it's the actual Cantina scene, and they inserted these different bits of these artists in there, and it's pretty creative. It's
Awesome.
very cool.
Yeah, it was
There's
cool.
the fight scene and Snoop Dogg. That's my favorite part. Snoop Dogg, he like gangster talks and fights and bring a fool, and he says that stuff. So that's my number 4.
That's pretty risque right there.
Yep, it is. So
Speaking of risque,
Awesome.
Excellent segue, Craig.
Yep.
Excellent segue.
that's how they sell to us during the Super Bowl.
Yes.
That's how they sell to guys. Risque. It's a beautiful woman selling hamburgers. That'll get you every time, you know? I don't even eat hamburgers, and I want to go to Carl's Jr.
Hardee's, I was going to say. Hardee's, man.
Carl's
That's
Jr.
Carl's Jr.
It's still Hardee's in some places. And by
That's
the
right.
way, did you know who owns that? Or you know who invented it?
Mr. Hardy?
Yeah, no.
Carl Jr.
Nope.
Carl Hardy?
No, well, Carl, that's in California, but the guy who
Carl Sr.
invented Hardee's, you know who invented Hardee's?
Tony Stark.
No. That's a good answer, though. The owner of the Carolina Panthers, Jerry Richardson, he owned Hardee's, sold it off to the
Oh, good.
Carl's Jr.'s guys, and that's how we got the money to buy the Carolina Panthers. Yeah, the expansion.
It wasn't from his
cost.
NFL career, I'll tell you that.
No, that was, man, I don't think nobody made money then. Maybe the owners, but no, they didn't have TV contracts then.
Well, my number 4 is a steamy commercial that involves Kate Upton at a drive-in
I remember that.
doing bad things to a hamburger with
you know-
jalapenos on it.
Do you know she's only 23, by the way? She's only 23. Yeah.
Is she really?
I
Just turned 20, I think today or yesterday.
I don't eat meat. I don't know if you guys know that or not, but I really wanted to go to Carl's Jr. after that commercial.
Right?
It's a good one.
I think Kate Upton's on my list.
Do yourself a favor. What list are we talking about here, Lilo?
You know the one.
High five.
She was on the cover of Sports Illustrated Swimsuit Edition 2 years in a row.
Good for her.
For a plus size young lady, I feel like that's
I don't think she's plus size.
I don't
She's
think
plus
she's-
size somewhere else, but
Right,
not there,
but I
yeah.
don't think she's plus size like the definition.
you have to
of plus
look
size.
at the mid-region area to determine if she's plus size, and I believe she is. We do not want to get into this, but I believe that she is a plus size model.
I think Victoria's Secret actually turned her down for being too voluptuous.
Oh, wow.
Well,
Yep.
that's their bad.
I know,
That's what I'm
right?
saying. That,
Yes,
right?
it is.
that
Big
proves my
mistake.
point then. Thank you.
Well, that commercial, you should probably go watch that. You should do that at home. All you people listening.
Yeah, you sent him to Soul Calibur. What's it?
Ivy from
Ivy,
Soul
that's right.
That ruined my life for one night last week. I didn't even look at Reddit. Anyway.
that was your destiny.
I did comment Caberto. His new office is pretty nice, and it has a very good, as Adam Crow trademarked the term, spunk shui. And it's pretty good for the office. And there's no cameras in Caberto's office.
Nope.
So
That he knows of.
Right.
there's no way possible. Like you could walk in there and he could zip up or like change the computer. You'd be fine. It's very nicely set up.
My desk is high enough. There's enough room.
Okay.
I'm gonna say, all right, whatever.
What happened here?
Oh my gosh, what happened?
What is going on?
All right,
This whole
whatever.
thing.
Yes.
So speaking of commercials,
Number 4.
Number 4.
number 4. Oh lordy. So
Speaking of risque,
right. So number 4, actually, this mildly. I don't even remember what year this came out, but it's been one of my favorite lines of commercials ever, and I do buy their products as a direct effect of this. But it's the original Old Spice commercial where the guy is standing in the shower and he's like, "Hello, ladies. Does your man smell?" or whatever he says. "Look at your man. Now back to me. Now back at your man. Now back to me." That commercial. I love that commercial.
it was a little awkward looking into your eyes when you said that.
Right?
You looked straight at me.
Mm-hmm.
A little awkward.
Remember that one? Huh? Mm-hmm. No, I just thought it was so, like, the whole thing was just so completely random, and that's what made it so awesome. He's like holding a clamshell, and he's like, "Diamonds, now look at your man, now back to me, and it's 2 tickets to that thing you love." So great. And then it just progressed from there, and then they had Terry Crews come in, and he like does the yelling ones, and then they did like a convergence of that guy and Terry Crews fighting over which scent should be better. Oh my gosh.
That Old Spice commercial was like the start of the randomness.
It was. It really
Like
was.
the random commercials where you're like, what in the heck just happened?
Yeah, where Terry Crews is yelling about how like it smells so fresh it'll blow your brain right out of your skull, and his brain comes out. Yeah, it's great.
Yeah.
Old Spice guys, well done. Well done.
All right, number 4, and we're still in the Super Bowl, but this is the mid-'90s, and this one made me, it just reminds me of mid-'90s Super Bowls when the AFC had won a Super Bowl in 16 years. Eventually, Denver Broncos ended that, and I think it. Hello, check. So I think it actually. Sorry, my headphones are messed up. I think it actually aired during the Buffalo Bills Cowboys Super Bowl because the game was a blowout. So we were just watching the commercials, and it would be 3 little syllables, Caberto, Budweiser, the frogs, the Budweiser frogs. I was only 15, and maybe it ruined me a little bit. Maybe it was corrupted. Maybe their advertising machine worked on me.
Those Budweiser frogs were pretty cool.
Those were pretty cool.
I was a naive teenager, and I thought Budweiser was cool, but no.
We didn't have the choice back then.
Right.
There was no. I mean,
You had Bud or Coors. That was about it.
That was about it. That was all you got.
no, man, we were naive Americans and naive kids. But by the way, now I won't even touch a Budweiser or Bud Light, which my dad liked. So rest in peace, man. I don't know why.
There's certain occasions where you have no choice.
Yeah, I'll do a Budweiser from time to time. The banquet beer.
I'll do a Bud Heavy.
Coors is a banquet beer.
Coors is the banquet beer.
Oh, Coors.
Yes.
Oh gosh, sorry everyone.
Come on now.
It's okay. It's not your fault.
I'm sorry.
I was thinking because I didn't want to ruin
mean-
beer. Like if the Broncos do win, and I'm not trying to jinx myself out of like a Super Bowl victory celebration or anything, but I'm gonna buy a 12-pack, and I think I'm gonna make it Michelob Ultra because I don't want to smell like like ice. What's it called? Natty Ice. I don't want to smell like that because I was trying to let's go cheap here. I think I'm buying Michelob Ultra because whatever. My grandfather used to drink that, so it reminded me of good times during my childhood. And when my grandfather would drink and drive, I didn't know any better. By the way.
Awesome.
We stop at Walgreens. They sell liquor in New Mexico at Walgreens. We stop at Walgreens, and he would have 2 before we got home. And I'm like, "Oh, it's cool, man. We're just drinking some beer, whatever. Gramps is cool, man." And then I'm like,
Dang.
I'm like, wait a minute. Grandpa was, and then actually I learned later on in his life, and when I got older, that he actually got arrested for multiple DUIs because of this situation. I don't think he was drunk. I think they caught him twice with an open container of alcohol in the car. So
Wow.
What are we doing, Grandpa? Anyway, it's probably too much information. Where am I at? Budweiser Frogs? Yeah, man. Budweiser Frogs. Solid commercial. And, if it played today, people would know. If you just heard that, like, on the radio.
Oh, yeah.
I think it has to be pointed out, though, that Lilo has a Colorado hat on right now.
Yes.
And he did call Budweiser the banquet beer.
I was going to let that go. I mean, that's
I mean-
your call to
I'm
call
sorry.
out your friend that you've known for 20 years.
I love my Lilo buddy.
Sorry, man. But
But that's a
listeners,
little much.
if you want a view into my beer choice, the hoodie I'm wearing right now says Guinness.
Yeah.
You're conflicted right now.
So there's that.
And by the way, he also said he would only have Budweiser every once in a while if that was the only thing to have.
That's true.
Right.
And he did not want to be
Desperate
rude.
situations call for Budweiser.
It's like
You
if
do.
somebody said, "Hey man, do you want some pozole?" and you said, "Yeah man, I have a pozole. I like pozole." And then there's a giant pig's foot in the middle of the pozole.
That's how you
There was
eat
no
it.
mention. There was no mention of pig's foot in the
That's
pozole.
expected, though. I mean,
Right?
What are you talking about? I've been to Sam's number 3, and also multiple
Are you serious?
restaurants around Denver.
Are you serious? Sam's number 3 is not Mexican.
I've been to multiple.
It's
okay,
new
maybe
Mexican.
that was a okay.
Sam's
That-
number 3 is eclectic.
Okay,
say the
exactly.
least.
But I've been to multiple restaurants. Carbecitos, they don't put a giant pig's foot in the middle of
That's
your
because they don't
pozole.
sell pozole.
they probably do, but they don't put it in the ladle in your individual bowl.
Yeah.
It's probably in the big pot.
Oh, yeah.
Right. The chefs can
They,
look at
they
it.
shred it, yeah.
Yeah, but I want to eat that.
Well, too late.
You gotta tell me, hey man, is it cool? Okay, you can't just add things like that.
That's just what you
can't add
expect
things like
it.
that.
You can't just tell. Yeah, no, it's not expected at all. It's not expected at all.
Well, it should be.
All right, Kibeto, you ever had Rocky Mountain oysters?
I have not.
Okay, well, it's expected that you have them because you're in Colorado.
Okay.
Why haven't you had them yet?
Eventually, I will try
If I
them.
gotta eat pig's feet, you gotta eat bull testicles.
Have you had them before?
I've been forced to try one, yes.
Okay.
My hoodie says Guinness.
Yes. Thank you. So, speaking of
It was from
randomness,
Colorado, man. That's what you do here. That's like a thing, man. Come on.
speaking
It
of
is.
randomness and also, commercials, they try to make people relate to, so that way you feel that connection and it makes you want to buy that certain product, obviously. So, I think we all here had, and everybody listening, had a teacher crush, right? Exactly. Oh, okay. Yeah, right. So,
I can't confirm that.
Greg only had nuns.
he
no.
did.
No, we
Well,
don't.
except in high school.
Yeah, high school.
High school was different.
Yeah.
So this commercial has to do with this topic I just brought up. 1998. It was when it was released. It was the classroom, and this is a Dr. Pepper commercial. So every kid is coming into the classroom handing the teacher an apple for her birthday, except Danny. Danny, with the Bee Gees "Staying Alive" song, struts into the classroom. And, confident and bold, he gets, he gives the teacher the Dr. Pepper, he gets the googly eyes, every boy's crush, is the desired for.
Just like Coolio in Dangerous Minds.
Yes,
Yeah.
but I'm talking about Dr. Pepper. So,
Come on.
I remember this, this commercial all the time because of the song. And,
Because
after
Kev
this
Berto
is
tried
when I
to
was-
hand a Dr. Pepper.
You ever
to-
smooth that one over?
No, I never tried it, but this is what that's when I first heard that song actually too. So how can I forget?
We didn't get a lot of. I mean, I went to Denver School, which technically was on the border of Cherry Hills, but it was like an inner city school. We didn't get that many. I told you guys about the dry spell in basic training. It was basically the same as that, except for there was teenage girls around with the older lady. Kibeto, so you've seen the movie Dangerous Minds,
I have seen the movie Dangerous Mind,
and that's Michelle Pfeiffer, correct?
but we're talking about commercials here. So
All right, moving on. No, I don't have a commercial story.
exactly.
And
So,
also, I remember that I was thinking of Kim Basinger in the movie 9 Mile.
so that was my number 3.
8 Mile.
8 Mile, sorry, 8 Mile.
All right, let's go to my number 3.
All right.
Are naked in that movie.
We open with the scene of a museum. Panning through the museum, you see different artifacts, maybe of a certain duel. You see a mannequin with some clothes on it that has a bullet hole, maybe in it. And there's a curator sitting at the table. He's making a peanut butter sandwich.
Yeah.
He's listening to the radio.
Oh my gosh.
It's maybe a classical
Yes.
radio station, and
Danger zone.
the song finishes, and the DJ on the radio station says, "Now it's time for your $10,000 question. Who killed Alexander Hamilton?" And the curator knows this answer.
Oh, yeah.
Gets the phone call, has a mouthful of peanut butter sandwich. The guy on the phone asks him, "Who killed Alexander Hamilton?" And you see all the artifacts in his museum are of that famous duel.
Yeah.
The bullet, Alexander Hamilton's cloak. And he says, "Burr." It's for got milk.
Oh my gosh.
He's shaking his glass of milk. He's got no milk left to clear his throat.
I love that commercial.
I love that commercial.
That's a good campaign.
Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't hear what you said.
To this
Like,
day, I always know who shot Alexander Hamilton.
That's right.
Aaron Burr.
Aaron Burr.
I know that it's a Jeopardy trivia question that I will always be thankful to the Got Milk campaign for listening, for
Yes.
making that commercial. So I know it.
Aaron Burr.
That was a great commercial.
That
Are
was.
you a whole milk man, Craig?
Whole milk? No.
2%?
2%.
Gilberto?
About 2%.
Lilo?
Almond.
Oh, I like that. I like soy milk, and I like almond milk. I've had cashew milk.
Oh.
It's okay. Almond, though.
I have
Almond.
some dark chocolate almond milk at
I
home right now.
can't do almond milk.
I can do almond milk, but I can't do like goat's milk. Goat's milk is weird to me.
No,
You know
no,
that,
I can't do anything.
Speaking of
Yeah.
commercials, you know that commercial, the almond milk commercial, where it's like, you don't like it, you don't want to taste it because you don't know what it tastes like? That almond milk commercial?
Yeah.
That is exactly me. When I see that, I'm like, that's me. I don't want to try it because I don't know what it tastes like.
Well, do you like almonds?
Yeah, have you ever had an almond?
I do like almonds.
Okay, there
kinda
you
like
go.
that.
It's
It's
almond.
I
It's
can't
like-
do it.
it's
I
like-
can't do it. I will not try almonds.
I'll tell you right
Drinking
now.
almonds.
I'll tell you right now. What was your favorite cereal? You put that in your favorite cereal, you'll never go
Yeah,
back.
you
No,
will forget all about.
I can't do it.
Do you have any like? Was Honey Nut Cheerios on your list?
No.
What was on your list? I'm
I
trying to
don't
remember.
even remember now.
And by the way, I was in the cereal aisle. They have a Batman cereal that's chocolate strawberry something. And I'm like,
What?
Batman would not eat chocolate strawberry cereal.
Batman
There's-
would eat charcoal for breakfast.
Exactly. He would eat rocks and razor blades. Spit out
No.
nails.
Come on now. Batman was a spoiled brat. He would get whatever
true.
Oh my
cereal
god!
he
This
wanted.
commercial, this
Alfred.
talk again?
He would.
If he wanted chocolate and strawberry cereal, Alfred would get it to him because he's a rich kid. He ate whatever he wanted.
No,
he
he
was
would
rich.
eat. But he was bad. All right, Batman was bad. He would eat charcoal and nails for breakfast.
Nah.
After he went through the ninja training.
Yeah.
Okay,
After
But
that,
I'm sure he grew up with
As a
like
kid, though, he's
pancakes.
eating
and,
cereal.
Yeah, but
like a buffet of
He's not eating
breakfast.
cereal.
but he
He's like
couldn't
Richie
because his
Rich.
parents were dead.
Exactly.
he's like Richie Rich. He
I was watching.
whatever.
An
Tony
interview
Stark.
with WWE owner Vince McMahon, and they were like, "Well, what do you eat for breakfast? Do you have cereal?" He's like, "No, I can't eat cereal. No." He's like making fun of cereal, but cereal is bad for you. But it's just like he
Yes.
was way uppity on the cereal there, and I'm like, "Hey man, you got to know your audience. You can't just be like that, dude."
That's true.
I'm
You
like,
do
Vince
gotta know your
McMahon,
audience.
come on, dude. And I know how much money you spent on those campaigns for your wife to go to, and she lost twice to be senator of wherever. Anyway, what was my point? Craig,
I don't know.
almond milk. You need to try
I
almond milk.
can't do it.
Should
I
give it a
gotta-
go. If you put it in like an
food is
almond
cereal.
cereal,
Yeah,
they
dude.
cancel out.
No.
Honey Bunches of Oats with almond.
Yeah.
I swear that you will never go back. That's
I
the only
mean,
thing.
I really like regular milk, so why would I want to try almond milk?
Craig,
It's
change
like-
your horizons, man.
Because
No.
regular milk
Open
gives
your
you
eyes.
the
Open your
gurgles.
eyes to
Don't
the
talk to
world,
me.
man. Open your eyes to the world, man.
I'm good.
I'm good. I'm good on.
If it ain't broke, don't
expanding
fix it.
horizons.
Yeah.
Stick with the regular milk.
I think we have our next debate, by the way.
Oh,
I think we have our
man.
next
Yeah.
debate. Seriously, though.
Now that
Seriously.
we've got the take 5 on the Twitters about peace.
It was peace, man. World peace. That's world peace right there.
That still has
Some
peanut
people-
butter in it, so it's not world peace.
Yes, that's the whole thing.
It's a
I don't-
peace
It has
treaty.
peanut butter and caramel
I
and
don't
chocolate. That's
like
the
it.
point.
No.
It's all interconnected,
The
Craig.
point is, I don't like peanut butter with chocolate. So why would the peanut?
What? Why are you being difficult right now? You're being difficult. You're not trying almond milk. You refuse to put peanuts or peanut butter with your chocolate. Like, look, man, I'm just trying to bridge a gap, all right? You're being North Korea. You're trying to tell. You say, by the way, did you know North Korea invented a cure for the hangover last month? Yeah, whatever. Them just making crazy claims.
Hey, I'm drawing lines in the sand.
They also bought live snakes.
You're either on my side or you're not.
Okay.
You either get on Rufio's side or
You know what? All right, man. All right, man. I'm just trying. Look, man. I reached out to
I love Rufio.
I reached out to Olive Branch. That's all I can do. All right.
Rufio
It's all up to you now, man. The ball is in your court, Craig. If you don't want.
Sorry, hey man.
No, I'm trying to let you guys finish with your thing, and then I will tell Craig, like, hey, man, we got to have a truce, but you refuse the truce.
For the rest
and that
of the
is
show-
that is also another reason why you are North Korea.
For the rest
Thank
of the show, you call me Rufio.
I don't even know what that means. So okay.
guys
I never
are
saw
brothers.
Goonies, by the way. So if anybody wants to judge me, I've never seen Goonies.
That's not even Goonies.
I don't even know what we're talking
How
about.
do I know this? Oh, you don't.
It's Hook.
That's Hook.
With Robin Williams.
Rufio.
Oh, I've probably seen it, but I mean, Robin Williams, Mrs. Doubtfire was really the go-to kid movie with Robin Williams.
I don't know. Hook was pretty awesome.
Hook was
was.
super
It
awesome.
remember.
was. If
don't
you've never
remember.
seen it, Hook was pretty awesome.
It was.
Yeah.
Mong Tung.
I saw Pan recently. That one's pretty good too, by the way.
Is it?
All I know is I'm forcing my kid to watch the movie Groundhog Day and What About Bob, and I don't care.
Poor
Like that's
kid.
going to be Andy Indiana Jones because, and I don't
Yeah,
care because that's movie making at its finest, and that is all. And if you're trying to come at me with your chocolate Batman chocolate raspberry strawberry cereal, you can get right on out of here. And I was thinking, like, when I was a kid, the innovative cereals were like Lucky Charms or I don't know, Kix. I don't know.
No.
And- no, I know that's older. I know that's older, but I know you hate Kix. And but now it's like it's crazy, man. We're getting crazy. We're getting crazy on this. And maybe I'm just an old codger. I don't know.
All right, Lilo.
Okay.
Our tangent's gone long enough.
Right.
Wow.
Number 3 commercials. This one's not about milk or cereal. This one, in all honesty, I don't even remember what this was trying to sell. All I remember was the concept, and it was Terry Tate, office linebacker.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Oh my gosh, Terry Tate was the
Was it
best.
Office Max? Office Max?
I don't remember.
Something.
It was something. I have a gut feeling that it was a beer.
That wouldn't surprise me.
Right. But like there's one where he's like he tackles some guy after he tops off the coffee. He's like, if you kill the Joe, you make some mo.
I remember that.
There was a while.
That was
for
like
a
my
while.
life motto.
For a while, somebody had put the quote on the coffee machine here.
Oh,
on
it's
our word.
so
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah.
You kill the Joe, you make some mo. Terry, that concept was brilliant because let's face it, everyone wants an office linebacker to just go and knock that one guy out,
Oh,
right?
man.
Oh, I love Terry Tate. I think wasn't Terry Tate Terry Crews, right?
I think it was. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yelling in
So he's
commercials.
twice on your list.
I know, man.
Wow.
Man crush on Terry Tate.
He's the man.
Terry
All right.
He would crush you.
He would actually physically
Yeah,
crush
he
me.
would.
I think
With his
mine.
rippling pectorals.
I've never.
Did you say rippling?
I did say rippling.
Okay.
Rippling pectorals. Listeners out there, if you can name the reference that I pulled that from, I will
I didn't get it. Apparently.
I will retweet your reference.
Okay.
I don't have any money to give you, so
No prizes yet. But maybe you will have a fantastic biscuit for my next commercial place. And by the way, the jingle gets me at the end, and every time they have something new, I'm highly suggestible to Popeyes commercials. Love that chicken at Popeyes right at the end, and I'm like, man, what do they got going on? Spicy blackened catfish. I'm in. Count me in. Biscuit. If they had biscuits and gravy with spicy, like, it'd be my end of my life. Like, and by the way, I could never work at a place with a fryer because I would weigh like 600 pounds. Anyway, the Popeyes commercial. It's like every single one. I've never not tried what they have seasonal. They got me. Hook, line, and sinker. Tell you what.
awesome.
And I always, after that, I just get the spicy tenders, and that's Popeyes is life, man. Popeyes is life. Roberto?
Popeyes is life.
Popeyes is life. And
Hashtag Popeyes.
No, I heard people calling that pound tag.
Pound tag.
Yeah, whatever that means. What, you judging me?
do you use it?
I
Do
like
you
the
call it-
Do I
throwback
say
call, but
hashtag?
I
No,
don't like the word pound
Yeah.
tag. That sounds terrible.
Yeah.
I'll keep working on it.
Tic tac toe board.
Tag.
Tic tac
I love
toe
that.
tag.
I like that.
So my number 2. So I have to explain this to you. In the sport of soccer across the the ocean or in other countries, actually, the soccer players get developed really young. So this commercial...
So was Kate Upton.
Yes, she was.
Hang on.
Yeah,
Hang
it
on.
was released in 2008. So this commercial starts with a kid playing on an amateur soccer team, and he's about to kick a free kick, which is part of the game. He scores the goal, and they point out to him that there's this really big name coach looking at him. And so he gets scouted, and he gets taken to this soccer team named Arsenal from England. And there he develops his career, and he plays against these big stars. And you see him, like, this is like the action camera, like him on the field.
It's like first person. First person.
There you go. Sorry.
The whole commercial, yes.
The whole thing, and then you see him
Nice.
training. You see him get burnt on the field, and then he trains even harder. You see him puke and everything. And then he finally
Nice.
gets called to the national team, which is like the where a soccer player wants to get to and win championships, the World Cup and stuff. So this commercial is called "Take It to the Next Level." Is by Nike. It's released in 2008, and this is it's very cool. And my attention is always on the screen because as a kid growing up, I wanted to play soccer professionally, but I wasn't good enough. So that's my number 2.
That commercial was really cool when it came out because it was all first person, so you can imagine you doing it. And it's
Right.
like the Be a Pro mode on FIFA.
Exactly.
Like you see,
Yes.
it's exactly how I think that's what they probably got the concept from.
Yeah, it's really cool.
Yeah.
Nice.
I liked it.
Thank you.
I have an honorable mention that is a Gatorade commercial.
Spoiler alert.
Yeah.
Well, that'll be coming up because my number 2. Rufio's number 2. Should I go third person on here?
Rufio.
Oh! Hey!
That would be Larry Bird versus Michael Jordan
Oh, nice.
in the McDonald's commercial, The Showdown.
The showdown.
My number 2. It opens up with Larry Bird shooting some free throws. Michael Jordan comes in this whack outfit.
It's the 90s, man. What do you expect?
Oh my gosh, you have to watch the commercial just to see.
I got a breakdown of the Michael Jordan commercial later.
Look, you got to go watch this commercial just to see what his outfit is.
Look, man, he just put on what they made him put on.
He
right?
does
You know
what he does.
Exactly.
It's true.
He's a whore to the money, and that's how that works. So.
But he was on the sideline.
Sorry.
He got his bag of McDonald's that he's going to eat before he goes shooting some hoops, I guess.
But yeah,
And Larry Bird
healthy.
says, "Hey, we'll play for it. First one to miss
for it."
gets my Big Mac and fries." MJ says, "All right." And they go around starting off regular shots first, making easy shots. And then it gets crazy. Then they go up into the rafters, bouncing balls off the scoreboard. Nothing but net. That was the catchphrase. Nothing but net.
Yes.
Shooting over the rafters, over the window, through the windows and stuff. It was really cool. Neither of them missed.
Of course not.
And they ended with them just keeping on doing this. It was fantastic because back then, I still am a basketball fan, but I was a huge basketball fan. We loved basketball, and Larry Bird and Michael Jordan were just at the top of the heap for our family, me and my brother, and it was cool. It was a really cool commercial, and I think it's very iconic. I think a lot of people like that commercial.
Oh, yeah. That one's super memorable. Off Grimace's head, between the arches.
They kept doing them, kept doing different ones.
I know.
too. Yeah.
They did one with Bugs Bunny, I think, around the time when Space Jam came out. Like
Yeah.
Bugs Bunny and Michael Jordan kind of did that. Good times,
The
man.
Monstars.
I remember that.
Awesome. And
I
Lola
remember
Bunny.
that.
Mm-hmm.
Man.
All right, Lilo.
Feelings. All right, number 2. This one is actually kind of this one was really interesting. So this one's done as like a case study for commercials for a lot of different reasons. But this is the 1984 Apple commercial. You got all the guys in gray sitting on benches watching just a static TV. It's the Big Brother commercial where he's talking about something. And then this lady comes running in some shorts and a tank top with a sledgehammer. And you're like, what's happening? Why is this lady running? And there's like authority figures behind her. She comes in and just throws a sledgehammer at the screen and destroys the big screen of Big Brother. And Apple announces that they're releasing this computer. It was kind of, for me, I mean, that was like, yeah, that's really making Apple a big deal. It's like a big player in the PC game and the IBM game at that time. And And Apple still is huge today. Was the most valuable company in the world until a couple days ago when Google surpassed it. But you know what? That's cool. Apple will come storming back at some point, and then Google will come storming back again.
That was really it was based off the George Orwell book, the 1984 book, and it was iconic.
It was super iconic. Like I said, any media class will study that commercial for various reasons, like the shot and the monochromatic cinematography and the message it was trying to send and all that stuff. So, 1984 Big Brother Apple commercial number 2.
There you go.
All right.
Don, dude.
So, back in the early 90s when the Buffalo Bills were getting blown out every year, and I was a young man,
They had
Southwest
one,
Denver.
They had one that wasn't a blowout.
I know, but
the
it
first
was
one.
super depressing.
Yeah.
Super
Wide
depressing.
right.
But have you seen that ESPN 30 for 30 about that? Four follows the Buffalo. Man, it's super depressing.
Buffalo made it to 4 straight
Four straight
Super
Super Bowls,
Bowls
yeah.
and lost all of them.
Oh,
That sucked.
Yeah.
Poor Buffalo.
Yeah, man. It's like they're like the Netherlands, except for four. Imagine
Four in a row.
4 times in a row.
4 in a row.
4 times. Broncos could have beat them one of those years. They lost to them in the AFC Championship game. Anyway, I was a young man just discovering the world, watching the Super Bowl. I remember my uncles during this commercial. It was a debacle. Crystal Pepsi, a debacle for Pepsi. You know, whatever. Although I personally liked it, but whatever. It's coming back. It's making a comeback in Canada and Europe. But it'll be back in the United States before. It'll be back in the United States before soon. And by the way, I do recognize that every soda on my list is made by Pepsi except for Coca-Cola. So I did not make the vote Pepsi or Coke as in the company, but I do like I like Coca-Cola. Although apparently I'm a Pepsi man. All my money goes to Pepsi. But I like Coca-Cola. Anyway, so the big thing in like soda then was like changing the can label. And so the memorable commercial, I just remember my uncles like saying, you know, they were using curse words and being like, oh my God, what is it? And it's Cindy Crawford at her peak. And there's 2 boys looking through the fence posts, and she pulls up in her Ferrari, and she gets out and she grabs a Pepsi, drinks the whole thing in her like white tank top and cut off jean shorts. And, nobody's looking at the Pepsi can at all. And then at the end, the kids are like, Pepsi got a new can, whatever. And I'm just like, oh, okay.
That commercial was awesome.
Oh,
was
man.
awesome.
Cindy
It was like
Crawford.
a desolate old gas station.
Yeah.
that
It was,
pulled up
too.
to.
Totally.
It was
Oh,
peak Cindy Crawford. And, yeah, man. I just remember that from when I was a kid because of my uncle's reaction and just like saying, what are you talking about? And then I'm like, oh, man. And they played that multiple times that year. So anyway.
she was a rose blooming in the desert.
Oh, boy. That
Drinking Pepsi.
You little young Don Pablo. Blossomed into a man.
That was on one of my honorable mentions because it was
Yeah.
peak,
yeah, man.
peak Cindy Crawford.
Peak Cindy Crawford.
And then we later saw her cans on another.
Well,
Caberto.
so speaking of honorable mentions and good-looking women, my honorable mentions include.
That was an excellent segment.
Yeah, I'm proud
Yeah,
of you
well
for
done.
that.
Thank you.
Good job.
Thank you.
Episode 24.
Yes.
All right.
Finally, a smooth transition.
It's only been a month and a half in this year. This was the resolution for this year.
That's
remember?
right.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
Boom. There you go. I'm done.
Keep it up.
Right.
There's such a high bar here for this.
Resolution complete.
It took you to the number 1 this episode, too.
Yeah, so thank you. We've all seen these commercials lately, actually, maybe end of last year with Kate Upton, Game of War.
Oh, yeah.
I did not download this game. I did not download it.
I didn't download the game either.
But
The corset must have
Oh, my
taken
gosh.
some
I would that was-
reinforcement in the back.
yes.
yeah,
I would let that ad play on YouTube.
I would.
I would
too.
not skip that ad.
Right.
Me either. So
Dude, skip the ad. No. Don't skip this ad.
Who's the guy that does it for Clash of Clans now? The guy that won for Django?
Oh, Liam Neeson?
No.
Oh.
The guy that won for Django. He won 2 Best Supporting Actors in a row.
I don't know.
Okay, is,
Let's go back to talking about Kate.
Anyway, so he does it now, and I'm like,
Yes.
get this off my television.
But Kate Upton.
I got it.
Kate Upton. That is an honorable mention. I got another honorable mention is that Dos Equis, most interesting man in the world.
Yeah, those are good spots.
Those are awesome.
Great commercials.
I love those. The fact that he turned that into an internet meme is the best.
Yes, and my number one is actually a PSA, a public service announcement. And I don't have the information of when it was released, but I've told Craig about this maybe last year or a couple years ago.
When we were making this, I knew you were going to put this on your list.
Of course.
You love this commercial.
I do. Okay, so let me lay out the picture for you. So Grandpa is putting the finishing touches on their still wet cement walkway. Okay, and then he looks up, and his grandson of maybe 2-3 years old is has set his footprints on the all over the almost finished project. The grandfather takes a deep breath. And then the camera zooms out to a message that says values, then patience, pass it on. I know. You know what?
It's for like the foundation for a better future. Or something.
Exactly, yeah.
I remember those.
And this is, it gets me all the time. It's awesome. The little kid is cute. The grandpa, he's maybe about to die, and he's he's trying to pass on the good.
He's just trying to build this walkway for his
trying to cement a walkway
for his grandson. It's
So he dies of a heart attack in Orange Grove.
something to remember him by.
there you go.
Godfather. There you go.
So, and I thought, what about this kid? What happens when the grandfather passes away? That is going to be a memory for him. I stepped on a grandpa's work or big project, and he didn't get mad at me. Oh wow, he taught me patience. There you go. So
he
that's
taught me I can walk all over my grandparents.
No, I'm sure he got maybe a spanking or two, but still, he learned the lesson. But that is my number one.
They made a whole series of those ones with different values. It was pretty cool.
It was actually really cool. Very uplifting.
Yeah. So.
All right, my honorable mentions.
Is that a mic drop?
What is that? Get that
That
out.
was a pen drop. Sorry.
Sorry, did I finish?
Oh,
did
my
you finish?
gosh.
I did
Or
finish.
did I step all over you?
Oh, God, so strong.
Don't encourage him.
Christoph Waltz. Christoph Waltz is the guy I was talking about. That Clash of Clans. Garbage.
You just walked all over my pun there.
And Kate Upton. What the
Yeah.
heck?
Pun game so strong.
Yeah. And so my honorable mentions:
Kate
Pepsi,
Upton.
Cindy
Did you
Crawford.
really
one.
make yours pass it integrity, pass it on like the guy all right, whatever.
That one is a cool spot, man. All right, so mine, I got the Cindy Crawford one. Along the same lines as the Kate Upton, Cindy Crawford one, was in the 90s when American Pie was hot. Shannon Elizabeth came out
Oh girl.
and she made a direct TV spot replaying that famous scene in American Pie. That was a good spot. That was a good commercial.
She's held up really good at pretty much out of all of them that were in that movie, by the way.
I don't know. Allison Hannigan's still pretty.
Yeah, but
hot.
not like what happened to Terry Reid.
Ooh.
I'm sorry.
Hang on.
And I have another honorable mention. Just because of its cheesiness. And it was cheesy even back in the day, and I think that was part of its point. It was the Mentos commercial where
I love that commercial.
the guy's
Best.
sitting on the bench with his suit. Like he just came out of a job interview or something, or he's going to a job interview, and he sits on the bench of wet paint,
Yes.
and he's got some stripes on his
Yes.
pants. So what does he do? He doesn't panic.
The Fresh Maker.
Pops a Mentos, and then he lays on the bench and puts the whole pinstripes on his suit from the wet paint.
And then he smiles and laughs
And
at the
he
painter.
smiles at the painter guy. But that's an honorable mention because it's just so cheesy.
I love that.
The Fresh Maker.
What about the guy who runs to be late for the taxi cab or whatever, and then like shows him like the Mentos at the end and
Yeah.
smiles?
Oh,
like,
yeah.
"Got the cab.
Yeah.
and now I have a breath mint.
Yeah. I love those cheesy Mentos commercials. They were great back then, man. But there's one commercial to this day, it was even a Super Bowl commercial, that makes me laugh every time I see it. Like a little laugh every time I see it. And that doesn't happen a lot for me. Once I see something once, I'm like, okay, it's funny. Next time I see it, I don't really laugh at it. This one I laugh every single time.
Like M. Night Shyamalan movies.
Exactly. Yes. This one, you see a caveman walking up to a pterodactyl, a carrier pterodactyl.
Oh yeah, carrier pterodactyl.
He's got a message that he puts on the pterodactyl's leg.
Yes.
He sends it off, to send this message off, and a T-Rex just grabs his Tyrannosaurus or grabs his pterodactyl and eats it. The message does not get delivered. So the caveman goes back to the cave, and his boss, caveman, the guy walks in and he says the package wasn't delivered. The boss guy says, "Did you use FedEx?" The guy says, "No." The boss guy says, "Well, you're fired." This is all in like clicky stuff. There's no words.
Right.
And the caveman says, "Well, FedEx isn't even invented yet." Goes back to the boss. "That's not my problem." So the guy dejected. That's not even the funniest part. The guy,
the funny part.
dejected, walks out of the cave, and there's this little tiny dinosaur walking, and he just punts it.
That's not nice.
That gets me every time. He kicks the dinosaur. He punts the dinosaur, and then he gets stomped on by a giant dinosaur. I love that commercial.
Oh, that
I love
commercial's
it.
awesome.
I love it so much. The FedEx Caveman Super Bowl commercial. I probably almost peed my pants during the Super Bowl when I saw that.
Dang.
I laughed
some
so
strong
hard,
words.
man. It was awesome.
That commercial is priceless. I do love that one too.
Yes. Lilo.
All
Go
right.
ahead. You're number one.
All
Honorable
right,
mentions.
honorable mentions. What's up, commercial? 'Cause,
Yeah.
I mean, let's be real here. Anyone in that time period was saying "What's up" for at least a year.
Yeah.
Maybe not Berto.
I
No.
said it.
Okay.
I said it. Yeah.
And then they did like the cheap ripoffs with like the wasabi with wasabi.
Wasabi.
Yeah.
Wasabi.
Wasabi. Not. Yeah, it wasn't. It didn't
wasn't
have
the
the
same.
same
Yeah.
mystique as the original one.
Can I talk about wasabi for 1 second?
I love wasabi.
Okay, it's not really about wasabi. It's about this Asian food place. But
It's
they
not
have
really about wasabi.
there.
It's about cars.
And so there's this restaurant, local like Chinese restaurant, and I think this could be like a Seinfeld episode, or at least a Curb Your Enthusiasm episode. Where you guys ever been to the all-you-can-eat sushi places, right?
Yes.
Okay, I know you guys
I
haven't.
haven't.
So they
I
give
love
you.
sushi.
I love sushi. So they give you a list, and
I like the
you,
sushi pack.
you write down what you get. You write down what you want. Like I want 6 salmon, 4 tuna, whatever. Okay. So they only added all you can eat at this restaurant to compete with the other ones that are down the street here on Havana, the Sujikatsu, that's very popular. But anyway, we won't go there. But I swear, when I go in there to get all you can eat, and I love this place. I love this Chinese restaurant, and I don't want to tell anybody about it because they make enough money as it is. But I swear they watch you to give you the stuff that you write on your all you can eat to see if you're going to eat it. So I don't know if they're trying to help you out, or it's like, hey man, what happened to this roll? How come I didn't get my sushi? Like, what's going on here? And maybe it's just me, but I swear they watch me and they judge me, and I can't go there and get all you can eat anymore. I'm just going to go get regular food because they sit there and watch you. Now I go to the other places and they just give you it like cows that are like feeder, and they just like throw it at you. But this place like watches you, like they don't want to give you too much. But I swear I'll eat it all. So I don't know. I don't want to demand it because I don't want to get mad. Because when you find a great Chinese restaurant, you got to stick with it. You can't move. Like they do everything there well enough that we don't need to eat there all you can eat. We can just go there, get some Mongolian beef, get some pot stickers, and maybe have a roll or two. But we cannot do. And I don't know. I'm just getting angry. Have you guys ever experienced this phenomenon where they like stare at you and they're like, if you're gonna finish this dish, hey man, I swear, like. When you get to I swear I wrote
Never
down
had
like
that happen.
Okay, so yeah, don't go. I'll tell you what place it is.
Because I'm Asian.
Dang it!
Wasabi.
Wasabi.
What up?
But wasabi, I love it. I love it.
All right, Lilo, go ahead.
All right. The High Life 1 second commercial. Exactly. The confused
Oh man,
looks.
yeah.
Because it was the one guy, and it literally just came on. He was standing in a room full of High Life, and he goes, "High Life!"
Oh man,
That's it. I use that just to yell out.
Pay
just
for 1
because.
second.
I forget that dude's
Right.
name. He was on Adam Carolla's pilot. Not Harland Williams. not Harland Williams. I forget that dude's name, but that dude is so funny, man. He was on Adam Carolla's pilot, and he was on another like TV series for real short that got canceled after a couple episodes.
I
But
think
he
didn't
died of a heart attack.
Yeah, I was saying, didn't he die?
So, but that dude was so funny. The high life.
God rest
He's like,
his soul.
when you live the high life, you got like. I don't know. I just love watching
Right.
those commercials.
The High Life commercials are pretty awesome, but the 1 second one, it did its job, and it did its job so well. I remember that for all of my life. And then my last two honorable mentions are our two Pepsi commercials featuring Bob Dole.
Oh yeah.
One was Bob Dole, where he was talking about how he wants something to help increase his vitality, and you think it's a Viagra commercial, but it's a Pepsi commercial.
He did do Viagra commercials.
He did do Viagra, which is so funny.
The third person. Van.
Former Kansas governor and Republican presidential candidate.
Right.
Dole.
Bob
He
Dole
was
used
Republican presidential candidate early on in this election cycle.
He's been around for a long time.
He's
that Bob
been
Dole.
around. Bob Dole's been around. The other Pepsi commercial with Bob Dole actually also featured Britney Spears, and I rewatched that while I was doing research for this, and I'm probably gonna rewatch it again.
Awesome.
Oops, I did it again.
Yeah, geez, Britney Spears, peak Britney Spears. Good Lord,
That was right in our wheelhouse.
that was
It was,
totally in
yeah.
our wheelhouse.
Yeah.
Ugh. All right.
How many times did you listen to that because you liked a girl? That
Oh,
she made
countless.
you,
Every
she made
time.
you- yeah.
It wasn't because the song was
It
good.
wasn't Britney Spears that I had to listen to for a girl. It was Sarah McLachlan. And that might be even worse.
Oh man, I feel bad for you. Actually, that's a rough one, man. Because that
Yeah.
girl, she was depressed. She made bad life
was.
decisions.
She was, but man, she loves animals.
She really does.
She loves animals
And ice cream.
and ice cream. That's right. All right. So, number one commercial. So, this commercial played to like every aspect of me as a parent, as a Star Wars nerd, and as a car sort of person. This is the Darth Vader Volkswagen commercial. Oh my gosh. Every time I watch it, like it doesn't matter how many times I've seen it. Every time at the end when when the little kid in his full on Darth Vader garb goes up to the car and like it turns on because dad clicks the little button. I'm like, oh god, the little kid.
Yep.
That little kid's so happy. Thinks he's got the horse. Every time, just tears. Stupid Volkswagen commercial every time. And it's so great. Like the setup of it is perfect. Like the kid's walking around, he's trying to force move everything, and like the Imperial March theme song is playing in the background, and he finally gets to the car, and the car turns on, and the kid's like totally shocked.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that commercial
awesome.
so much. Just plays to me as a parent and as a Star Wars nerd. Stupid Volkswagen commercial. Gonna watch that later, right before I watch the Britney Spears commercial.
Maybe you want something in between.
I know. I need some like what's up in the middle.
Well, Volkswagen's on the subway plan of like trying to connect with the regular Americans again after
So
their
true.
scandals
So true.
of the past year. Whatever, or the Penn State plan.
Oh, hang on.
Hey-o.
Whoa.
All right, Don, do your number
So,
one.
first of all, honorable mention. I did have Bird and Jordan McDonald's Game of Horse. This is a late entry to the race, but it couldn't beat out anything. And have you guys seen the the Hormel pepperoni one man band commercial?
I've seen it because of you.
You saw it because of me.
Showed it to me too.
Yes.
Have you seen you know the song My Sharona, right?
Yeah.
So it's a guy. He's a one man band, but he has his like drum set up with Hormel, and everything's like yellow and red because that's the Hormel colors. And he just comes out and they change the words to My Sharona to it was like pepperona, and he's like pepper. Eat it up, gotta eat it up. Blah 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 blah. My pepperona is the best. So anyway,
This just happened.
Well, yeah. So get off
Wow.
me, Roberto. I love that commercial, but it couldn't make it. But it's good. That could have been a Super Bowl commercial, and they would have sold a lot of product.
And I'm weird for not drinking almond milk.
You are. No, it's okay. I don't even like regular pepperoni. I was watching America's Test Kitchen, and they said that one has way too much salt. But that commercial is funny, and it's awesome. And I hope the guys, I forget the band, but yeah, man, My Sharona, that's making a comeback. But okay, so, and then I was watching, I was like, oh man, you know that Michael Jordan commercial with the song, and the song does it. Although Michael Jordan, I don't know if they would let this fly in 2016, where he pets a little kid on the butt. Obvious reasons. I don't think that's going to fly for the Be Like Mike commercial.
Probably not.
And by the way, Michael Jordan, a better pitchman than Kobe Bryant. Kobe Bryant couldn't be and this is what people mean when they say Michael Jordan is better than Kobe Bryant. And I feel like the only way, other than he's not going to win more championships than Michael Jordan because the Lakers are in last place and they're getting a lottery pick this year. Kobe Bryant, buy a team, be successful general manager. That's the only way you're going to get out of the shadow of Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan, 6 titles, never beaten in the finals. Kobe lost to, the Pistons in the finals. He lost to Ben Wallace. He lost to Rasheed Wallace.
Chauncey Billups.
He lost to Chauncey.
Chauncey.
Big shot. Anyway. Anyway, so so we're looking at this commercial. And by the way, this commercial's so old. Remember when Gatorade was in glass bottles?
I loved Gatorade glass bottles. Yeah,
And I'm like,
awesome.
looking at this. We're gonna be like Mike if we
I never
drink
had
this.
him like that.
Yeah, me neither.
Really?
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
great.
Dang, man. Yeah. Well,
Sounds dangerous.
that's what I was thinking.
All,
I'm like,
all those came in glass bottles.
Yeah, everything.
Seltzer waters,
Yeah.
the New York seltzer waters were in glass bottles.
God.
I'm looking at this and I'm
Gatorades.
like, what is the overhead on these glass bottles? They need to go to plastic immediately. How come they didn't do that earlier?
Yeah.
But then I'm like, so we're going to be like Mike by drinking Gatorade with 70 grams of sugar and water just because it's not carbonated.
And sodium.
Exactly. We think it's going to be good for us. And I'm like, wait a minute. They got us. Good job, Michael Jordan and Gatorade. They got me. We're not going to be like Mike. Who are these little kids in the commercial think they're going to be like Mike? And then he's like spanking a kid on the butt. I'm like, what is going on here? This cannot happen. This is an abomination. And with your sugar bombs. Can't believe I just said that. So my number one, it was also a Super Bowl commercial, and I was all in. I was all in on this. I love Spuds McKenzie. He is the man.
Oh, awesome.
So I had Spud McKenzie stuffed animals. I had Spuds McKenzie T-shirts. I was looking for the picture, but my mom was out of town, so I couldn't go and figure out where all the pictures were. But man, I was all in on Spuds McKenzie. He was like the party guy. He was like the surfer dude. He was a dog, and he was not Jack Russell. I forget the kind, but
American Bulldog.
Yeah, Spuds McKenzie, man. Caberto, you know Spuds McKenzie?
I don't.
Spuds McKenzie was the man,
He
man.
was a good mascot dog. Was it for Bud Light or Bud?
It was
White?
Bud Light.
Yeah.
It was Bud Light. It was Spuds McKenzie. I don't know where my dad bought that stuff, but I had Spuds McKenzie clothes. I was all over the place with that. I was proud of it. Though I would get sent home from school if I tried to wear that today.
Probably the same place you buy Camel cigarette merchandise.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That's
You know?
exactly right.
No, my dad wasn't a big drinker, but for some reason he got us that. I don't know where you get a stuffed animal. Like, what kind of reinforcement marketing is that? But anyway, there you go. Spuds McKenzie, my number one. I loved it. I own all Spuds McKenzie stuff. And, rest in peace, because obviously he's not going to be with us anymore. It was too long ago. But there you go, man.
All right.
Ended on a good note. Spuds McKenzie.
Buds McKenzie.
And if you'd like to be an advertiser on the show,
Yes, right. Berto, go for it.
yes, I mean,
By the way, your number one was a PSA, Caberto.
what
But
do
if
you
you
want?
want to follow us on Twitter, that's at RankEmUp. We'll retweet anything you send us.
Yeah, send us YouTube.
Advertisers.
Send us a YouTube of your favorite commercial. We want to see those lists.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Join our Facebook group and the show page and go to YouTube, and you can find all the backlog episodes of Rank 'em Up. And then if you want to, get the episode every Thursday, usually afternoon, mid-morning, afternoon time. Craig will release those. Go to get your podcast app on iTunes or Stitcher, or you can just listen to us, whatever. Download us, go to YouTube and wait for that to happen. That'll show up if you subscribe. There you go.
All right. Thanks for listening. For Lilo, for Don, for Kelberto, I'm Craig. This is Rank 'em Up, and go Broncos.
Go Broncos!
Woo!